Hey folks, Steve here. How you doing? A question came up in a comment just a little while ago on one of my videos, and it was actually a very good question, and I didn't have a ready-made answer. So I gave an answer, but it really cost me thought. The question was, hey Spence, in your trailer you have a lot of tools. Yes, I do. That is confirmed. That being said, what is your least used power tool? And I had to give a thought. And I came up with a comment. It was a seldom used tool, but the least used tool, I don't know. At first, it seems like an easy question to answer. Just look up and down this aisle here on this side really quick and go, okay, what tool am I pulling out the very, very least? There's your answer. However, I will say, for instance, that like this joist drill. I have one of those 60-volt joist drills. It's like a hole hog, except it's the thin, long version. How often am I pulling this out? Maybe twice a year. All right, so does that mean that's a least used tool? No, because this is a go-to tool. I just do not have necessarily the need to use this a lot, except when I'm drilling a lot of joists for electrical or something like that. So once, maybe twice a year, and then, you know, some years I may be pulling it quite a bit because we have a lot of different jobs going on where something like that is required. Mixing thin set, joint compound, grout, things like that. I actually have a mixing drill back here, a 60-volt mixing drill. I am pulling that probably more than the joist drill, but that's not an everyday tool either. SDS rotary hammer, I use that primarily for demo. When I'm dialing, especially demoing either small amounts of concrete or tile. Am I demoing tile on every job? The answer is no. That may be, I don't know, once, twice, 3 times a year, sometimes more. I don't know if I've ever gone an entire year without doing some demo where tile was involved, but so this is not an often used tool. Workhorse saw used all the time. Behind it is a corded Ryobi circular saw, and that's set up for masonry, but if I'm installing tile and I do the cement panel underlay, that's the tool that I actually use to cut that. So is that a twice a year tool? I use all these. Here we go. Very seldom used tools. It's not often I am using this air palm nailer these days. I can't tell you the last time I actually did this. It might have been 2 or 3 years ago that I recall actually having this out and doing palm nailing for a deck that I was installing with joist hangers. And even longer is the pneumatic roofing nailer. This thing stopped doing roofs a bunch of years ago. My insurance indicates that I can put a roof on any structure that I build. So if I build you an addition, if I build you a house, I can put the roof on it. But I can't take a roofing job, and I can't put a roof on anything, of course, that I didn't build specifically from the ground up. So this thing here, very, very seldom used. It may have been 2 or 3 years since I actually used this. So that is probably one of the least used tools. In the air department, not because they're air tools, by the way, not because they're air, cordless or otherwise, if I had a cordless roofing nailer instead of an air nailer, it still wouldn't get used. This thing right here, this is a pneumatic stapler, so it takes those narrow crown staplers. I only have used this in some limited assembly, and also when I am doing not stair treads, like putting treads on stairs, but when I'm putting like on basement steps and they want like friction strips, or if they want like carpet pads, I've used this. Otherwise, you know, this is a seldom used tool. More than this, but seldom used. Use those. That's all stuff that I use. Drywall, I'm doing drywall quite a bit. Not every job, but probably every other job there's some drywall involved. This is a go-to tool for changing tires. I just don't have to change tires all that often. This is a 1/2-inch impact wrench. So this is a very seldom used tool, but it's a specific tool for a specific job. It's dedicated. And so I don't know as I would qualify this as based on the question asked, what is your least used tool? This might be the front runner at this moment, even more so than I've done roofs. I've done more roofs than I have changed tires in the past 4 years. But I have found the answer. The least used power tool that I have in this trailer, definitively, by far, I absolutely know this is the answer to that question, and that is this particular drill right here. This 20-volt right angle drill. I've had it for maybe 2 years now. I've used it maybe once, and I can't confirm that I've used it once other than testing it. When I got it in, put a battery on it, tested it. I think I might have shot a video where I drilled something maybe just to show that I had it. This is a replacement for the 18-volt version. Either that one died or I retired it into my walkout basement where all of my 18-volt tools have gone to live now. And they still work, unless, again, like the tool itself died. And I swore I wasn't going to replace it, and for whatever reason, I think something went on sale, and I went ahead and bought it anyway. So I replaced it with a 20-volt version of it. That being said, I don't honestly think I have ever used this. I mean, this tool literally looks brand new. If I put this back in the box and gave it to you, you would think I gave you a brand new tool, even though I've had it for 2 years or more. But this is the least used. Well, why is this the least used tool? Well, A, I had a problem with the old one. Not that the tool was a problem, but I had a problem with it, and this one I believe is still the same. I think all the statistics are the same, in that it seems to be underpowered. It's under-torqued, underpowered. I don't have a lot of issue with having to do a lot of right angle things anyway, and when I do, I really need a little bit more power. I'm going through a double stud or something like that. And this, I have not had the best of luck, at least in its 18-volt companion. Like I said, I don't think I've used this. Now, why would I not go to this? Well, A, if I'm doing big things, this right here, this joist drill, this is a right angle drill. Granted, it has, it's wider, so this is a little bit more compact, but that has all the power and more. I think if I put this in the right thing, it would flip me around before the tool itself would go. So this. Now, the other workaround that I have are things like this for an impact wrench or for a drill. This, again, for an impact wrench or a drill with flexible. And sometimes just a straight flexible bit, again, for an impact wrench. Oops. Again, for an impact wrench or a drill. So I believe it is these three which allow me to use my go-to tools, my impact drivers and my drills, where I can use those and not pull this thing, because I have never been happy when I have pulled the 18-volt counterpart of this and tried to use it in a particular setting. Just never very happy with it. Sometimes it would work and I wouldn't think about it, but more times than this thing, or more times than any drill, I would have a problem with this. It would get dogged down, whatever it was. It was just never had really good luck trusting the tool to do everything that I was going to pull it and needed to do. So, the answer to that question? Right here. This is the least used power tool in the entire trailer. This thing right here. May have never been used. May never get used. All right, whoever wrote that question, thank you very much. That was an awesome question. And I was happy to be able to definitively answer it for what I have. Thank you very much for sticking with me, folks. If you haven't already, would you like and subscribe? The channel is growing and it's all because of you, and it's free. Why not do it? Otherwise, ring that bell if you want to get notified when I drop new videos, and you have a great day because you deserve it. Thank you very much. See you on the next one. Bye.